Hey, alright guys, so this is going to be your Schoology tutorial. The first thing to think about, obviously you have to sign up if you have not signed up or do not have a Schoology account. If you do, then you just need to sign in and then we'll give you the code in order to join one of our courses. If you've been on Schoology before, you know how this is a message board. If you have not, this is a message board. And anything that you need to tell the teacher that you can tell her publicly or him, or anything that the teacher needs to get across to you, such as one of these announcements like this, will be sent on Schoology so that you can see them. So the first thing is when you come here, you go to courses and you go to your course. When you go to your course, you'll see course resources. Course resources contain the EOCT guide, which is everything that you need to know for the final test at the end of this course, and the GPS standards, which is how this course is based. You go back out to first period. And then the second really important thing that you need to fill out every unit needs to be filled out is your lead. Your lead lets us know how you want to learn. So the first thing that's really going to be important is to make sure that you have your name, your real name, not a nickname, your first and last name, because this is how we're going to be able to take attendance since you're switching classrooms. So make sure that you have that. That's really important. And then choose your period so that we know which class you're in. The second thing is how you learn. So you go here and you decide how you want to take in the information. Either you want to do lecture and take notes and be a normal, quote, normal classroom, or you want to do pair share discussion, which is more discussion and hands-on, and then project based, where you're pretty much working alone or you decide to work in pairs or fours and you do a project, and that's going to be your assessment at the end of the unit. If you do the project based, it still is only one project, but you have to choose it for both because you have the entire 2 weeks to do your project. The pipe chart. The pipe chart is your vocabulary. You get to choose when your vocabulary is due as long as it is in before the end of the unit. But keep in mind that you do have a vocabulary and a content quiz for each module, so you might want to know those vocabulary words before the end of the unit. Again, the assessment, if you are project based, your assessment is going to be project. If you choose one of the other two choices, then you will have a regular unit assessment. And then the final deadline we will give to you. This is the only thing that we will dictate to you, and we'll make sure that you get everything in before that date. And if you're project based, that is when your project will be presented. And then you just make sure that you go down and you hit submit so that comes to us in a file. The next thing to talk about are the units. We'll just go to Unit 2, and it contains the 2 modules that need to get completed. It also includes the GPS standards, and this is for both modules. And you just need to read over this and make sure that you are familiar with it, especially the project-based people, because you're only going to choose one of these to use specifically, and you need to know the rest of it for the EOCT information. The red words are things to really focus in on and make sure that you have knowledge of. The quizzes, this is where I was telling you you have vocab and content quizzes. Make sure that you go in and do those, and we will let you know of the due dates for those. Just make sure you get those done. And then the extra materials, this is in particularly important for the people doing projects, and that's because you guys need to know all the other stuff that everybody else is learning in the classroom while you're doing your project. So that's really important that you get those down. Now, within the module, you also have, like I said, the pipe chart, which you did the dates for in the lead. This is a downloadable, workable Word file, so you can type in it You can feel free to go ahead and write them down, but you need to make sure that you have the Schoology app so you can take pictures and then upload them on your phone. So the other thing that is really important for this is making sure that you have the materials you need in your learning task, which you can find in the unit folder, in the module folder. And these are your 3 options. Whichever one that you choose, that you chose on the lead, that is the one that you are going to get your information from. So I hope this is helpful, and please let us know if you have any other questions.